What up, everybody? Guess who got a green screen? I don't have it set up properly, but we got it going. Trying to get it working. How's everybody doing? The two people on my thingy, on my startup screen, are Solid Snake and Master Chief. So that's very true. Is there an echo? I don't know why there would be an echo. Can everybody hear okay? Is audio okay? Because I moved everything around. I changed my whole setup and everything. See a pink doggo. Kind of. Well, let me know what's going on. You can hear me okay. Audio is crispy and good. Slight quality decrease. I never realized how much I need a haircut until I got a green screen and set up the camera at this angle. Now I'm like, holy shit, man. I need a haircut really bad. I don't know why it would be poor quality. I mean, maybe the distance for the mic is a little bit longer. Maybe that's why. Anyway, how's everybody doing on this lovely Friday? We're going to get some art in. But no background music? Oh, I still got the music on. Hold on, let me add audio input. Add hold on, I'm gonna switch. Well, I tried to test this before, but couldn't quite get it. Audio input. How do I do audio output capture? Yeah, there we go. Desktop audio. All right, there we go. We got some slight music now. Jim, you sexy triple chin handsome man. Do I have triple? I guess this is a third and these are two. It counts as triple. God damn, do I need a haircut? Oh, I know what I'm doing this week. Anyway, so what is this? Did it open two different windows? All right, so I don't feel all that great. I just got to throw that out there. So this will not be a long stream, but I dedicated to Friday, so I'm here. What we're going to try and design are some background elements, like we did here with the chains and the denial skulls. It's because of the hot weather. I am having a rough time working, actually. I could shave, not you. That's not what it sounded like, Box. Seems like you were telling me to shave. That would make for an interesting stream, but I don't know. I shaved like the wrong way until I was like 17. Because I didn't know how to shave. I'm sweating too. Okay, so I really don't feel good at all. And it was super hot today. I'm slightly, a little bit dizzy. I don't quite feel right. But we're going to try and power through this. So I apologize if I'm acting a little bit weird or slowing stuff down. Because it's been rough. So, last week, what we did was... It's like I'm wearing a helmet, dude. This is like a fucking... It's like I got bat antlers. Just sticking up. This is a bad angle. God damn, I need a haircut. Alright, so last week what we did was we did the star animation. Keep those martinis going. We need to hydrate. I don't think alcohol hydrates you, dude. I think it does the opposite. Super Ruffy Bros, what's up, dude? Is it buffering for everyone else? Is my stream buffering? I don't know. Is anybody seeing buffering? Alright, so what we did last time was, one, we made the character without the heart. Then we made this little animation where the heart comes in out of nowhere. Hi Doug, what's going on? Inner Harmony, what's up? Is it? Okay, let me close down my... I don't know why it would be buffering, but I'm running the stream separately. Maybe if I close that down, it will help. So I like this. I'm happy with this. This whole animation we got going here, and then the heart comes down, boom, and then you get it. I'm really happy with this. This took us about 4 hours. Well, it took us about 2 hours because we did a bunch of other stuff last time. This time what we're going to be focusing on is some aesthetics for, and I'll show you, like, we have a chain here that swings back and forth. And then chains like down here. I just feel like these chains and this skull, these add so much more to level. And I don't really know why, but they just seem like they add a ton of atmosphere and stuff. So we're going to be working on stuff like that. I like the way the shadows work in the game. Well, thank you. It's like the core mechanic. Really annoying, but could the chain cast some shadows? Jason, I actually had... There's a secondary shadow. So if you see this right here, there's actually a secondary shadow on the skull. I put that same shadow on the chains, and it didn't look right. It didn't look right. I couldn't get it to look right, so I took it off. Well, because you know what it is too, Jason. Not only did it not look good, but the shadows stack. So, like, when you have multiple ones in the chain like this, they stack on top of each other. And you can really see this in, if we go to, I might have taken that level out, actually. This one. So these don't cast shadows until you cross them. So watch what happens on the left side. It gets darker and darker and darker on the left side, because all the shadows stack, which kind of creates a cool little effect. Now it's on the right side, behind the enemies. But it doesn't look right, especially for things that are super small and supposed to be in the background, for stuff like the chains. Alright, so I think the beauty of your game is a clean look. Multiple stack shadows muddy the image. Yeah, I agree. Maybe that's what it was. In Concert 2, you could do something with effects to stop the shadow stacking. Can you? I don't know how. Alright, so this is going to be mostly art focused. We're going to be focusing on the art. But I don't really quite have ideas on how I can decorate the background, because, like, for example, if we go back to Beaten Path, I actually, so the rest of the game is okay, but I really like this particular scene. Like, I feel like this makes a great screenshot. The chains and the skull and, like, just a lot of stuff together. I feel like make this seem like a full universe. Like I don't feel like I need much more in the background either. But we need to find ways to make the other levels look complete like this. Or you guys tell me, is this, do you think this looks good too? Like as it is, like if I shipped it and it looked like this, does this look decent? Because I consider this like done. This like complete for ready to ship, this level particularly. And that's what I'm trying to figure out is like how much tweaking do we do before, you know, it's done. You're not a super fond of the skull? The skulls are important. I'm not tied to their design, but they're important to the... Other broken gray hearts hanging on some chains. It looks cheap compared to the rest of the scenery. Skull becomes unrecognizable behind the lava. I tried that. And you know what else too is it's not bobbing actually to the flow of the water. And that's super recognizable behind the lava. You can't really tell in front of the lava. And you actually have to jump on it. It's like how you get through the level. But the reason why this is important is because there's 3 denial skulls. One for see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. And they'll cover up a certain body part. Looks great. You can get stuck in the mindset of adding more and more until it's overpopulated. Yeah, no, I agree. So my goal is... No, the hearts are upside down. On purpose. It's like because remember this is hell, so like it's a kind of, I don't know, demonic type of like representation of, you know how like crosses turn upside down in like exorcism movies. It's kind of like that. It's like it's important for the symbolism. Yeah, and there are a lot of points in the games where like the hearts are upside down, just kind of make it represent something. If that makes sense. So my goal then is to make most levels look like this. I feel like this is clean enough. It's not overpopulated. It doesn't have a bunch of shit in it, but it looks good. The contrast between the lava and the background is a little weird for me. It's weird? Is there not enough contrast? Or what are you saying? Troy, what's going on, dude? I think if you polish this scene, then it would be screenshot worthy. Okay, what do you mean by polish, though? That's what I'm trying to get to. Is like, right now, I feel like this is a shippable scene in the game. And so, if it can add more polish, that's what I would like feedback on, because I'm trying to, the way that I'm working this now is all the denial levels, I'm trying to make completely 100% shippable by the end of this month. So that's my only task really, is just to make the complete quarter of an experience in denial. Maybe the form of the skull is too bumpy. Well, the skull is actually a heart too. You just can't really... The skull is the first thing I noticed. It looks like it needs polish. Okay. A couple people have mentioned that, so maybe we'll polish that up. It does look a little plain compared to everything else, but... Then again, it does look simplistic and clean, which is kind of the look I'm going for. There are a lot of overlapping colors in the scene, creating shades of colors, with the skull is 100% flat color. Yeah, that's probably part of it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do then. Like these chains are for denial. We're going to make we're going to make similar scenes, but for the different types of levels. So actually, I probably should focus on... Here's the original skulls. This was the altar. This was the original design. The see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. What is that? All right, so these are actual skulls right here. So these are actual like skulls. I actually changed the design to be a little more heart-shaped. So it's kind of like a heart shape. And this actually isn't the skull. It's this one. But I don't know. You feel like there should be more frames in it? Yeah, it doesn't look fluid, you're right. It does look a little choppy. You think the skulls look better in grayscale? I do too. But they don't fit in the world in grayscale. This is actually a slight purple color. So you get it to blend in, because the white really sticks out. So I couldn't figure out how to like... I'm gonna make it blend a little bit. Alright, so... Actually, you know what we'll do then? Since I don't have a clear path forward on all that stuff, I'm gonna have to wait until I have a little more clarity. I think we'll work on the heart scene. So now that this is done, we'll work on actually acquiring the heart. We'll just go ahead and do that. What do you think is gonna be final boss? I already have all the final bosses. What is the story of this game? I guess you'll have to play it to find out. First time I see your game, it's beautiful. Well, thank you. It's a very dark story, though. Alright, so... I don't need the art stuff then. We'll work on the just pure code. So then... Player heart. Loving the new video format, wishing they were more frequent, but it's a trade-off I'm willing to deal with. Troy, do you think it's a worthy trade-off? Trading 7 videos for 1 or 2 like that? That's another thing. If anybody saw my today's video or yesterday's video, please let me know feedback on that. I got plenty of comments and I appreciate it. For overall, it seems like it got received pretty well. Fundaman, thank you for the follow. Jack Marshall, thank you for the subscription. Alright, so heart acquire, that's the trigger zone. But then we need under gadgets player finding heart level. So we'll say player on collision with player heart. I saw a lot of feedback, G-Man. I don't know if I saw yours specifically. Raul, it's going good, dude. How are you doing? Make the light sources mode copy, and then layers mode blend. Will that affect something else on the layer though? Because this is the way I set up layers for all the levels. It'll be a pain in the ass if I have to change the layers for everything, because I literally have over 100 levels created like this. So all of the shadows are on the player layer. But thank you for that. That's a good thing to know. All right, so then we're gonna say player heart. Set animation. Actually, we gotta do. We didn't keep add animation equipped. We didn't do a blank one, did we? I do not think we did. All right, we're gonna use a placeholder. We'll use a placeholder for now, and then we'll redo the art later. Okay, that's equipped. So set animation to equipped. Does Construct come with light sources? Did you program yourself? There's a 2D shadow system in Construct. Yes, there is. Cyan Gaming, thank you for that, dude. I don't think it's a big deal with most stuff. It only happens in certain levels. And to be honest, some of those levels I don't really like anyway, so we'll see if I end up doing that or if I end up just cutting some of the levels that show it. The other topics being discussed in your other videos, I like the floating head format. What I was thinking of doing, Jason, is doing either 2 or 3 times a week, but mixing it up like you were talking about. So like maybe like Mondays or something, we could do topics that need to be explored in visual medium that I could show examples of and all that stuff, and maybe the other days I could do a similar talking video to how I used to do, but like cut it, jump cuts and stuff, make it easy, less rambling, more content. Set animation to equipped, and then made a boolean on this. Has landed, is equipped, boolean. Set boolean is equipped to true, and then we'll say every tick player heart boolean is equipped. We'll set it to, we're gonna need a point, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna need a point on the player. These are gonna be a pain in the ass. I also like the idea of improving older content. What did you use to make your latest video today? I used the green screen, this camera, and a software called Doodly, which helps you make whiteboard animations. But I changed it to a chalkboard. Once a week, a video you focus on just one game, critiquing and helping other people learn from the community's games. Maybe once every 2 weeks. I do that on the Feedback Fridays, though, Jason. I was thinking about, because we're definitely going to do a Feedback Friday again soon, probably next week. I know I keep saying that, but I'm serious. That's kind of what I do on the streams, dude. I don't know what I would do. Doodly, yes, Doodly costs money, if that's what you're talking about, Grumpy. We're gonna rename this Heart. And then, yeah, it's gonna go on back, apply to all animations. Okay, and then we're gonna take the heart and we're gonna put it like right here. And then when it's equipped, we're gonna say player heart, set position to another object, player, image point, heart. Is the chat permanently out of stream view? For this stream it is. I didn't have time to set up everything crazy perfect. So it's just me and the screen. That's another thing that I'm focusing on too with my extra time though, is I want to actually redo the stream and make it look decent. Play the game for more than a small amount of time you have on Fridays. Think of it like a book review. So that's work. Jason, you know, not a lot of people in this community have like big, complete games that I could probably do with. There are some for sure, but a lot of the games are in the early or beginner stages. So, and I know a lot of the games that would be submitted. Do you miss coding? Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass with these things and I wish I could just code something. But I still code. I just don't usually code for games. Like when I do freelance work, we still work on apps in HTML5 and stuff. Or JavaScript and PHP and all the beautiful web technologies. I just don't do it for games, really. I miss it sometimes. Sometimes I wish I could just pop in code and do it, but Construct has no coding. Well, it depends on how you define coding. I mean, technical visual scripting is kind of coding. It's not really programming. Well, I don't know. I don't know where that ends, but I can't write code, no. I have to use the logic bricks. Okay, that's one way to do it. Well, that kind of works. Halfway works. Not quite how we want it, but, you know. Get what you're saying in hindsight. I think... One sec. Okay, what happens when Philophobia is finished? It'll never be Philophobia, because it'll never be final. Is it worth buying Construct 3? That's my answer. That's my answer. I'm gonna remain silent. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Set size. Actually, we need to set scale, not size. Set scale to 0.3. Yeah, I'm in a weird. I'm out of it right now. So I thought people got banned for mentioning the unmentionable. Now they get timed out by Nightbot. I actually, okay, legit, I fuck around, but legit, if you are working for game jams or you're doing small projects and you want something quick, Construct 3 is not a bad engine. It's just, it's not ready for what I'm trying to do with it. So that's the only thing as I would say is like, I don't feel like it's bad. Like, it's got some bugs. It crashes every once in a while. The editor is slower than Construct. I'm just going to keep going, so I'm just stop right there. It's not bad. It's just not ready for what I need to do with it. Blackthorn, what's going on, dude? I actually think I'm going to do a tutorial in Construct 3. I feel weird doing that because, like, one, I want to do a tutorial on Construct 2, but Construct 2 is old, Construct 3 is new. I feel like it's better to do a tutorial on Construct 3, but I don't really use Construct 3, even though I feel like it would be better for beginners and new people to use Construct 3. I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. If player is mirrored, player heart, set mirrored. So player is mirrored, we mirror it as well. Someone, what's going on, dude? Have you scouted some alternatives to Construct? No, I'm going to finish this in Construct. When I finish Philophobia, I'm going to look for alternative engines. What do you use to stream, Tim? I use OBS and C920 Logitech and a Blue Yeti mic. Thinking about streaming some videos this month. Never done it before. Any tips? Yeah. Don't pay attention to the viewer count. Just fucking chill and hang out. Okay, this is better. Chill and hang out. That looks like wings. Looks like he's got little wings. This might be harder than I thought it would be to... Yeah, don't look at the viewer count. Promote your stream. You're going to have to in the beginning. Where's Jaden? I was just with her yesterday. Her and Corey. She was laughing at my doghouse. Again. She brings it up every time. Let's tilt this a little bit. Actually, we're going to have to do the art anyway, so... I think your symbols is a very interesting and nice way to communicate in your game. We're all familiar with symbols daily. Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism in the game. I appreciate you you recognizing that. There definitely is a ton of symbolism in this game. Where is the steward parts? That's what I want to know. A ton of symbolism. Add the doghouse to Philophobia? No. Should I buy the personal edition to Construct 2? It depends, dude. It's a great program. I'll load this up. See you, stay well. See you later, Raul. James, thank you for the subscription. Find some way to auto-promote like Discord bots that notify people when you're streaming. Well, I mean, it's really hard getting people in the beginning. So, make sure you're in the right, like, categories and, like, the right communities and stuff. Want to do streams for Optical Jam to engage more participants? That's great, dude. You should play the games on stream. That's a good start. How'd that go, by the way? How many submissions did you end up getting? I saw you had like 70-some people join. How many submissions did you end up with? Alright, so... refraction is going on. Nicole Cook, thank you for the subscription. And Drawing Jess, thank you for the follow. Alright, so... we had 15 out of 70. I saw some games that were in the Discord. I saw some people posted them. So we had a couple GDU peeps join. That was cool to see. It's always nice to see community stuff. Optical Gem was a cool idea. I saw a screenshot of your game, dude. I really like that you mirrored the colors off of that image. Alright, so let's try this out. I was thinking about playing LD42 games on the stream myself. I think everybody should. I think it's great. Ludum Dare is actually a great time to stream because everybody wants their game streamed. Everybody wants their game streamed, so like oh, that's not gonna work. I have to mess with the scaling. Hey Tim, how are you? Couldn't join the last stream because of my prom. Well, welcome to this one. Welcome Nova as well. Sergey, how was your prom? Was it fun? Did you have a ton of fun? That looks really bad. Alright, let's scale it down a little bit more. Let's do 1.5. Why does that look so... looks like he's got a humpback now. I guess I gotta actually load in the one from the original. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Ask Philophobia, drawings, Stewart parts. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one we need. But you're not gonna have to scale it down less though. It's gonna be 0.5. Aim for 100 participants this month and 75 submissions. I want to beat your record. I would be so happy for you, dude. I think the more game jams we have, the better. Alright, that looks halfway decent. Not quite. It needs to be a little bit smaller and a little bit tilted. So let's tilt it back a tiny bit. First of all, let's go 0.4. Is there no way to rotate? For real, there's no way to rotate? That's dumb. What are your thoughts on mod support for my game? Or mod support in general? Will, what's going on, dude? Drawings, Stewart parts. Alright, image, rotation. I'm gonna have to manually transform this. Alright, that looks good. Save as PNG assets world. In general, your game too. My game's not gonna have mod support. In general, I think it's fantastic, especially if you have a content-heavy game. Having having people be able to create additional content for it is always good. Assets world. Yo, Troy, thank you for the $5, dude. Yeah, she probably hears something. She's out there. I tried to bring her in here, but she doesn't want to be in here, and then she wants to go out. And then I let her out, and then now she's barking. But I feel bad. I had to take her to the vet the other day. And then someone rear-ended me. After coming home from the vet while she was in the car. That was rough. That was Wednesday. She sees somebody. Maybe the mailman's here. Troy, thank you for that, dude. I appreciate it. She'll be quiet. Just whoever's there will go away. I know, because I hide. She'll be quiet. She's a good dog. She's a good dog. Coco, don't let me down. She's a good dog. Alright, so obviously that's underwhelming. Okay, so we gotta adjust that when you crawl. And it works okay when you walk. We also got to make it go up and down with like the walk cycle. And we got to adjust the rotation a little bit when you run. What if it floated around and followed you? You need it. You need to use it. So, like, use it as like a shield. How about a small animation when a heart hovers above your head for a second? Yeah, we're gonna need something like that. There's a glow around it when you find it. So right here there's a glow on it. You see it? But then when you acquire it, the glow turns off. And obviously there needs to be some sort of animation when you pick it up. When he hides it, he looks like he looks like a tooth. He looks like a tooth. How far off into the game is released? February. February for shizzle. It's not a year, it's closer to 8 months now. Time flies, man. February, March, April, May, June. Yeah. Time goes so quickly. Hey, don't forget. One sec. Let me respond to this. Can't believe it's almost July already. I know, it's June 1st today. Okay, so I need a the player needs a variable called heart enabled. Like has there's already a has heart variable. Okay, so I gotta set these up level by level then and say when he has heart. Set an example of debris. Oh, is this your game from Optical Jam? That's sweet, dude. Some pretty sweet debris. I love the particles. Those are great. The game looks great, dude. It looks really cool. It looks really distinct. I like the black on gray. It's very high contrast. So there are actually debris. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look closely, maybe the contrast is a little low on the stream, but watch this area when the star comes down and you can see all the black particles. Well, the problem is it's really dark, so it's kind of hard to see the particles. I could make them slightly bigger But there's debris there. It's just not super simple to see. Might be better if you keep that glow on the... Really? I feel like that would be too bright. Starfire, what's going on? We definitely need to do a little animation for him. But what we'll do is, on collision, we'll also set the player set Boolean has heart to true. Yeah, they're the same color as the shadow. So if you're not looking for them, I don't know why that is. Like, I guess it really depends on the contrast of your monitor, because there's a lot of fade between those colors. Space Face, what's going on, dude? Cool new webcam style, thank you. How's Philophobia going? Slowly. Are you planning to make gamepad controller support? Yes, as a matter of fact, I am in the process of communicating with Xbox for a potential Xbox release. So definitely it will support the controller. I don't know... I don't know. I don't have any details on that, so I don't know yet. But hopefully I'll know a lot more by PAX West, if the game's going to be there, if all that works out. Okay, so... Four directional movement or 8 free directional? Well, it's a platformer, so you can move left and right. And you can jump. So, just mostly left and right. Are you still on Construct 2 or you moved to 3 completely? I went back to Construct 2, dude. I couldn't do it. Alright, so we're gonna mess with the walk animation a little bit. We're gonna go up. Trying to keep this in the same spot. This back up a little bit. Back up. Alright, so that should be the walk cycle. Lentor, what's going on, dude? It has been a while. How you been? Respect for sticking at it, Tim. I've lost interest in game dev. That's not true. Maybe you got burned out. Maybe you got discouraged. I don't think you lost interest in it. There's so much stuff to do. How could you lose interest in something like game dev? There's so many different things you could do at all times. Alright, so it kind of goes up and down now when you walk. which helps, I guess. I feel like it should be maybe a little bit lower on his back. So maybe we'll change the origin point a little bit. Yeah, make it like here. Let's try that. Been good. How's the game dev? Game dev is going slow, as always. Feel bad about staying with the older engine. I'm nervous starting to use Game Maker Studio too. No, I've got to stick with this engine until I finish the game at least. Then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do next. It feels like that's a little too low. Well, no, that looks okay. Best thing I ever did was take time away from my game. I've been maybe taking maybe 3 breaks from mine, and it's done me the game wonders. Yeah, breaks are definitely not bad. You should, for sure. I've had to take breaks from this multiple times. This game has been with me for 3.5 years, and I've probably taken 5, 6, 7 breaks where it was either weeks or months. You have to sometimes. Having a hard time understanding controller maps. That should be an easy way to do it. I think there's a Unity plugin that maps all the controllers together. Ain't that how general game dev is? Me and 2 of my friends are making my first game right now. Any advice? Hashtag finish it. That's my advice. Started learning programming just for building games. When you create a game, you bring your imaginary world around it. I know, right? Haven't really been able to work my games for a while because of exams. Exams are no fun. Alright, so we gotta change this. We gotta change it on running, and we gotta change it on crouching. So let's change the rotation. So we'll say camera controller, Boolean, crouch button is true. Or every tick is equipped. It has to be equipped, that's the main thing. Player heart. Set angle. 90. If crouch button is true, and if sprint button is true, then we change it to like 30 degrees. When you think it's small enough, it has a 90% chance of still being too big. That's why I like my cut it in half thing. Like whatever idea you got, whatever idea you think is good, whatever idea you think is small enough, cut it in half. I've had to cut this game in half multiple times, just an FYI. As big as it is, it's still been cut in half multiple times. The original version of this game had 8 endings. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, yeah, I went the wrong way on the angles. So set angle to 270 and 330. So you have a new character for the game. Did you not like the old one? No, I did not like the old one. I needed one with more emotion. And this guy, I like the way this guy looks better. I like his animations better. And his eyes are going to be independent. Meaning he can look at things, which is cool. Sully, see you later, dude. Just finished my first game today. I'm waiting to be published on Google Play. Phil, congratulations. Hashtag finish it. Good job, dude. How many levels currently? I have about 50. Another advantage of cutting in half is that you have ideas to reuse another game. Yeah, Chris DeLeon, a friend of mine, he always says, save it for the sequel. That's his thing. I really like that because it's... You're not throwing the idea out, but you're like saving it for the sequel, so you're cutting it. Even though you may not ever make the sequel, it's still kind of fun. Someone, are you getting out of here? Alright. You're gonna put out a demo. A demo. Oh, I gotta change the origin point, don't I? That's why it's acting weird. A demo? Probably not. There may be some form of early access on itch or something. But there's not gonna be a demo. There we go. So there's the crouch. Okay, and then we'll do for the run, where is it? Oh, that's why it looks weird for the run. It should be back here for the run. Apply to whole animation. Alright. That should be the run. Hopefully that'll fix it. I have a friend, his advice was for me was exactly what you said. Any more ideas, save it for Medieval Steve 2. You can very easily cram too much in the game. Yeah, you can. Hell yeah, you can. It's so easy because you lose like clarity, right? You lose clarity, and then everything seems like a good idea, and then the game gets boring to you. So now you're playing a boring game, and you feel like adding more stuff is just a good idea. And the longer your project is, the more likely that is to happen. So it's rough, man. You gotta, at some point you gotta start saying no to stuff. And I have a whole list of stuff that I would like this game to be, but I just gotta say no to it. Okay, so that looks good. So another thing we got to do is we got to turn off collisions when you actually equip it. Set collisions disabled so it doesn't act any weird. Age of game demos is kind of over. Certain games can benefit greatly from a demo. I don't think this game is that game, though. Jack 10-7, what's going on, dude? Trying to get lots of work done. It's very hard to concentrate right now. I feel really tired and dizzy, but we're trying to make it happen. Any ideas of putting this on the Switch? No. No. I feel like I missed that bandwagon, to be honest. I feel like it's a little late. Plus, I've heard very varying things that they're very difficult to work with. What species is Stuart? He's human ghost. Spirit. Nowadays, what I do when I get bored of my own games, I tell myself, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to be played by someone else, and so it's going to feel new to them. Yeah, it's still hard to, like... I don't know. I feel like this game is only running and jumping, and I feel like it's just going to be boring to somebody. But I forget, like, the shadow mechanic. When people see it for the first time, they're like, whoa. So, even though I don't even see that anymore, I just see the game. So crouch button. That should set automatically. The sprint button should only set if they're moving. We were having that issue earlier. Player is moving. And then we'll do, and we'll invert both of these, and we'll set the angle back to 0 if they're not doing either one of those. You have to basically rewrite huge portions of your game to make sure that it meets their criteria. Button mapping, subtitles, resolutions. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Not only that, but I feel like they're really... I've heard that they're very difficult to work with. Like, they don't respond, they don't help you out. You think the reason procedural generation exists is because devs don't want to get bored of their own game while developing? I think it's a big part of it. That's one of my favorite things about procedural generation. That game, Impossible Climb, that I made, I love to play that game, and I can't play any of my games. Why is the angle wrong? Shouldn't the angle change based on being mirrored? It looks good here. But it doesn't look good mirrored. I guess it's mirroring on the x-axis. Shit, this is gonna be more complicated than I thought it was. Alright, and it doesn't change when you're crouching. So, hold on. Player, is there an is crouching? Crouching. So rather than crouch button, I've emailed them twice, messaged them on Twitter multiple times, spoken to a representative at an event, still not heard back from them. I've heard that from multiple people, dude. That's not good. Whereas from not only do, like, I've been an Xbox fanboy my whole life, so I've always wanted to make an Xbox game, but I just keep hearing really good things about Microsoft. And last week, or not last week, the week before last, when we had when we played Xenosis and we had James on, James Stone, the developer, he was saying that Xbox has been amazing to work with. They're super responsive. They put him they had him at the GDC to show off his game. They've been great and supportive. how is it? Okay, so I'm gonna have to change the movement code. Alright, movement action code. Set animation to crouch. So here's where it sets on floor, is not moving, is crouching. Where's the auto crouch code though? I get that way with all my games. How many times you can play the game is only a high priority list when I'm developing or buying games. I'm a big fan of puzzle games for this reason. Yeah. Puzzle games are really fun the first time and then they're not fun at all afterwards. We're starting to see the emergence of like a genre that's like complex building games that have multiple solutions. So some of those are fun because they become about efficiency rather than solving the puzzle. It's not about like, can I solve this puzzle? It's like, how efficient can I solve this puzzle? So games that like have you build stuff and things like that. Okay, so this is the crouching. So crouching should be true. Actually, we're gonna have to debug this because... Tim, what do you think about horror movies? I love horror movies. I was never allowed to watch horror movies as a kid. Especially nothing with demons or exorcisms. Like Zachtronics games? Yeah, kind of. That's a good example. But I was never allowed to watch any kind of horror movies growing up, so I like them a lot. I really, really do. Badger, thank you for the subscription. Alright, let's check out the player. LMNOP. Player crouching. Is crouching? Okay, so what about auto crouch? Yes. So why does that not work then? We had player is crouching. It should set the angle. Oh, because the crouch button, that's why. It's inverting it. So if you're not doing any of those things, they should probably be separate though. Is not sprint button. No, they could be like that. All right, so this should fix everything, hopefully. Is there any particular game developer that influences your work more than others? Yes. And it sounds cliche, because I know he's like one of the more famous game developers, but Edmund McMullen with Binding of Isaac actually... like, I'm not a huge fan of the game mechanically. I don't really like playing the game, but I really like the tone and the fact that he was able to talk about some religious things and some of the ways that he felt and put it into a game. And even though this game is nothing like Binding of Isaac, I would say that that is a big inspiration for this game, for sure. Yeah, that's good. That looks good. It just doesn't look good when you're going that way. Then it goes underneath you. So I have to make rules individually for which way you're going. Oh, the joys of cobbling things together. Big Dev, what's going on? I loved your llama for Jim Jam. It's the coolest llama ever. Alright, so we need to... I think if a puzzle game is done right, it retains a replayability factor. Point case, Portal 2. Jason, that's kind of what I was talking about. Is like you've got the actual puzzle games. I think the definition of a puzzle. This is how Jesse Shell from not a Theory of Fun. What the fuck is that book called? A Book of Lenses. He defines a puzzle as something that has a single solution, right? So, in traditional sense, there are a lot of puzzle platformers that do have like things like that. But games like Portal 2 and Zakatronics games, I feel like they're in the next level of like puzzle games. They're efficiency games. They become about efficiency. They become about actually finding the most efficient solution rather than finding the only solution. And there's definitely a whole element of depth that comes with that. There's a whole new element of depth that comes with trying to find efficiency, and especially if you have like a leaderboard or something, it can really help. Okay, so is crouching and player is mirrored. Is crouching, player is mirrored. Then you set to 270. Otherwise, you set to 90. Let's see if that fixes the crouching issue. Working on multiplayer for it. Game changing lots of sense. Sweet. The more llamas we got in this universe, the better. Llamas are awesome. Corey wanted to raise some llamas. He said apparently you can make a lot of money by shaving their hair like once a year or something. I was like, you're gonna raise llamas in Florida? Yeah, that fixes it. That looks great. But yeah, he wanted to buy some land to raise some llamas. XMI, what up? Alright, so running. We have to do the running thing now. So sprint button, same deal. Is mirrored. We go to 330. What is that? Minus 30. So this would be plus 30. Otherwise, we set it to 0. Guess I'll throw game dev away. It seems llamas is my next bet. Well, you're good at drawing llamas. Alright. I gotta, why does it do that when I'm not moving though? Is there an is sprinting variable on the player? No. There has to be though. How do I tell when he's moving? Crouching. 'Cause raise some Dalai Lamas. Did I miss much? Oh, you missed it all, dude. We're almost done now. We did all the things, and you missed it. Level angle. Is it on the camera? Left button, right button, crouch. There's the sprint button. Simply adding a ragdoll physics to a single solution puzzle game can add unique player experiences. I think variation is key for keeping the game replayable. Subject to everything, but that's good, Troy. Well, you throw physics in there. Anytime you throw physics of any kind, I think you end up with a little more variance. Alright, we gotta figure out a solution to our issue. Sprint. Oh, did I get rid of the movement? Is sprint button player is moving. Did I get rid of that? What am I doing, peeps? What am I doing? That looks good. Except I actually think 30 degrees is a little too rough. Let's try 25. 3. Oh, so that would be 335. And this should be 25. Are any Easter eggs to previous games going to make it in Philophobia? I guess you'll just have to find out. Yeah, that's a nice angle. Should we tilt it back with the jump? Or actually, it looks... Oh, if you hold jump and crouch, it gets weird. Ah, so many problems. So many problems. Curious about YouTube chat. Yeah, there's no chat feed here now. You ain't got no chat feed. I still haven't figured out how to do this all setup yet. Like, there's still green around the edges of my hair. Like, I gotta fix all that. I've heard you could put a light above it. That should fix that. So I still gotta mess with with a couple things here. And add, maybe we might add the streaming chat back. Alright, so if they're both pressed, crouch overrides it, so we'll turn it to crouch. So if... Oops. So crouching and all of these are true, then we'll just set the crouching ones. That should fix it. Should use a state machine. Isaac, what's going on, dude? This is like, it's hacked together, dude, to be honest. Because of the way Construct handles the... Oh... Yeah, that I probably should mess with some of that. But yeah, it's based on a state machine. But it's a little rough in some places. Okay, that's good. And if you're holding them both at the same time, crouch overrides, which is good. Alright, see that looks pretty much just like the animation, right? Like you can't really tell it's not attached to him. It looks pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Starts out with no heart. Heart slams down. Grab the heart. There needs to be an animation when he picks it up. Back when we did the game jam, my game was hacked together so badly I literally put duct tape on the thing. Most games have some duct tape somewhere, trust me. I don't know where the shield goes because I didn't code this. This is actually part of the animation. So the actual shield is disappearing somewhere. Maybe it's behind him. It's probably behind him. Which I actually don't mind because that looks cool. Alright, so another thing we need to do is when he picks it up, there needs to be a way to actually get out of the level. Right now there's not. So there's no way to progress. What's the worst and best thing in Construct 2? You talking about like what I think about it or feature-wise? Personally, I think the worst thing is that you can't hard code something. I wish there was the option to code. That's the worst thing. The best thing is probably the behavior system and how everything just works automatically. Guy was telling me how Mega Man handles slope movement. When on slope, the character has infinite gravity. Oh. Duct tape. Could you have parented it to the sling on the character and avoid hacking together? Or is it just part of animation on objects? It's so there's two problems with a pin. Two problems. One is, for whatever reason, pins don't work 100% correctly. If you move an object fast or you drop an object down, the pins can move. So setting it to the character every tick is a better option in Construct. Two is, if you pin something, you can't make it go up and down like this does. I don't know if you could tell, but it goes slightly up and down with the walk cycle. It's kind of small on the screen, so you probably can't tell. But it goes, since it's on a point, it's going up and down, and it's going every tick, it's going up and down to with the body. It's a nice little effect. Alright, so then after this, so the one thing that we need to do then is we need to say, so what's the next level after Heartbreak? It's Tilted Stage. And we need to give the player a variable that says has heart, true. And then if he has heart, then on start of layout, if player has heart, fucking fly has heart. Raps Diaz, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Nice progress on the game. Thank you. Make it a puzzle game. Anyone know any Discord servers for puzzle games or something like that? Not specific puzzle games, but there are a bunch of servers, a bunch of game dev servers. Game Dev League is great. The Game Dev Reddit Discord is great. The GameDev.net Discord is great. The Game Dev Underground Discord is great. Thinking out loud, but should the crater made by the heart piece be bigger? You think it should be bigger? Layer spawn. Spawn heart. Layer. Layer. Set animation to equipped. What's the name of this specific song? I'll be getting a bunch of NCS music lately. This is Migraine by Ellis and Anna Yvette. So this should spawn the heart on the rest of the levels. Yes, however, it's in front of the player. That's a problem. What layer is it on here? Map above. Okay, so we'll do that. So map above. Could also be an opening to the exit level. I was thinking that. I just don't want them to be able to actually go anywhere without getting the heart. I mean, I know it's super obvious what you're supposed to do, but like I don't want anybody doing anything stupid like jumping over it and fucking going somewhere, because you need it and it's really important. Hello, just starting out. Do you have to download C#? You don't have to use. You don't have to download anything. You could just start making games. Definitely don't have to download C#. Does anyone else notice that in Philophobia, if you look closely, the shadows look like little 3D cubes that move away from the player? Yeah. Certain levels exaggerate that more than others. So next level, okay, so it spawns the heart. Oh, you leave the heart behind. Oh, so I gotta, oh shit, that's, yeah, so when you die it stays there, and then when you actually win the level as well. So I have to fix that. Alright, so we gotta change that. So on death, that would be here. Win condition. Okay, so set invisible. Okay, so this is where we would set that invisible. Player heart, set invisible, or set visible, invisible. So it would start here. So that's on the win condition, and then on the lose condition, the death, Player gets destroyed, so we might as well destroy that too. Destroy. There we go. The skull doesn't look like something you could step on. It doesn't. That's an important point. Does it look like an enemy? I have this dream one day to have my game in the IGF. Me too, man. What's the story of this game? I love your videos, they're informative. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. To paraphrase, this is love, literal hell. You're in hell, and love is your hell. So everything's made out of hearts. Thought it was some flashy thing in the foreground. Okay, that's important. So I need to maybe tweak that then. Besides, it is a little weird, like when you get in certain spots anyway, so maybe it's worth tweaking. Okay, so heart disappears when you win. Let's see. It disappears when you die too. Perfect. Head doesn't feel right in the lava. A lot of people have mentioned that. I've done that personally and I don't like it. I'm gonna try it for you guys because everybody keeps saying it, but I don't like it. It's out of curiosity, why did you make a free book of quotes from other people? What do you mean, why? I think they're fantastic quotes and I think more people should read them. Fantastic people, very knowledgeable people, much more knowledgeable than me. Make lava transparent? No. No, that'll break too many things in the game. If the skull's another color, like dark gray. I feel like that makes it look more like a background element. And also he looks like an alien with a bra on his head now. Putting it behind helps it look like it's in the lava. That makes it seem... Really? Really? I don't like that at all. I hate that a lot. Passionately. Now I gotta go with. I may take those out, to be honest. The symbolism is important, but I can do different things with them. They don't have to be something you step on. I was thinking of making a totem pole like thing with them stacked, or a little bit of shading. Use your hate child. Actually, if you look at the ocean and the water in front is solid, so you look at a boat, you don't see the bottom. Yeah, but they're... I don't know. I'm not going to defend the decision because I don't think it's the greatest decision. But I don't think putting it behind is a good idea. So I may actually end up just taking it out. And this is hell. I mean, the laws of physics don't really apply. think a black line would help. Like all your videos. Thank you, man. Well, thank you for watching. Is it a skull or Halloween? It's Alioine. It's Alioan. That's what it is. Alright, so now we gotta go manually on each one of these levels and add the heart thing. Can't be in the lava because there's no way you can understand what the skulls represent if you can't see them entirely. Exactly, Brendan. I think you seeing the skulls is more important than you using the skulls. So if I have to take them out of the environment and use them as different artifacts or something, I'll have to do that. But it's important that you see them because there's a lot of denial imagery in this whole section. Like, this is a denial section, so these skulls and the chains and various things are very important symbolism for all of the levels. You thought of putting a sign saying that the skull is an object? I don't think that would fit. This is hell, remember? Hell's not trying to hold your hand. They're not trying to be like, hey, this is easy, you know, just jump here and do this. No, they're trying to fuck you over. They're trying to kill you over and over and over again. Could be chained to the ceiling, uses a platform. That's not a bad idea, Drawing Jess. Let's skip over that right now though, because I feel like that's a project for a different day. Right now, let's mess with the rest of these levels and just click on the player and set the has heart to true. Jump shot, player, has heart, true. Spire forming, player, has heart, true. Hateful weight, player, has heart, true. All the beautiful, boring, busy work that everybody loves to do. All good things. Player, has heart, true. Make the skull black with white eyes. That makes it harder to see, I think. Especially if the shadow is the same color. Why are we in hell? Because you touched your no-no spot. That's why. You shouldn't touch the no-no spot. Obviously. Dark work? Yeah, this is definitely dark work. It fucking sucks, man. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Has heart, true. Top heavy. We're almost done. I feel like I'm extra super slow at this today. Player. Has heart, true. Out of sight. Player. Has heart, true. Downside. Player has heart. True. Calculated approach. Player has heart. True. Refinement. Player has heart. True. Pathfinder. Player has heart. True. All the work is dark work until something comes out of the dark and works. That seems profound. That seems... I feel like there's some Confucius say in there. No. Fuck your bullshit. Saeed, thank you for the subscription. I almost said follow, but you don't follow on YouTube. Break, this is the last one. Actually, you'll need it on the boss fight too. Player. True. Bone. So we'll need to do it on the boss fight as well. Thank you for the subscription. True. There we go. I like the ideas of having skulls swinging on chains. Yeah. Why not Unity engine? Why not Godot? Why not Unreal? Why not Game Maker? Why not Blender? Force player to fall on previous level, tell player that's solid. Eventually I'll see the light of day. I wish you luck. Alright, so you should have the heart in all levels past this now. But all levels before it you don't have the heart, which is perfect. So what we'll actually do then is in this level I'll create a little passageway like Jay was saying to do. And then we'll put this guy back. So you gotta go get the key. Alright, so that at least makes it winnable. You can make games in Blender? You thought it was just for 3D modeling? Yeah, you can make, there's a whole game engine in there. Blender game engine discontinued. Oh, they discontinued it? When did they do that? I didn't know they got discontinued. I don't like how this level's set up. No, you shouldn't be able to die at all. So it should just be like... Yeah. We should just make it unlocked. Locked, false. Get rid of the key. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Really old and outdated and super difficult to use. Actually, you know, my first game, the first ever game I made, like way back in the day, was actually made in Blender. And yes, it was a pain in the ass to use. But I got it working. And really, I say working, but really all I had was a first person walking into a door. That's all I had. And that wasn't really a game, but that was back in the day. That was back in, must have been 14? So, 2003? Long ass time ago. Okay, so here you get the heart, and then you can kind of exit. But then right here should be a level where you can use it. Yeah, so I gotta redo the level structure. Because right after you get it, that's when the level should be where you use it. Heartbreak. Yeah, so it introduces the cannons, and then Heartbreak, and then it should we have to make some more. We have to add other levels after Heartbreak that are specific to the heart mechanic. What other games have you made? I've made a bunch, dude. A bunch. Look on timroswick.com. Yeah, look on timroswick.com. The latest two aren't there, but most of them are. They're actually stripping out all of the BGE code out of Blender. It's not coming back. Oh shit. Anyway, so we finished up the heart thing. All we have to do is left is the animation that grabs the heart animation, like when you grab it at first time to like actually acquire it. Like I said, I'm not feeling that well. You probably can tell I feel like I'm slower and dizzy and not the greatest version of myself at the moment. So I'm actually going to end the stream now. We went about 2 hours. It's not our usual 4 hours, I know. I apologize. But we will be back in force next week. I may do some Twitch streams during the week too, because I got to finish up some stuff. And I hope I can get into PAX West. That would be great. I'd love to show off this game there. But I appreciate everybody sticking with me, and we're in a time of change. I'm changing up a lot of my videos. I'm changing up the community stuff. Twitch streams are changing up for sure. I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out. It's been awesome. But love to hang out with you guys more. But I'll be around on Discord if we're going to talk. I appreciate everybody coming in. Alright, peeps. I'll see you later. Have a good night.